Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be making simple, easy but very delicious okra soup. Yes, if today is your first time on this channel, you're very much welcome to my channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you guys for tuning in again. So this is a very simple soup that we're going to be making, and if you want to know how I made this soup, please stay tuned and keep watching. Alright guys, see you soon. I'll go ahead and introduce the ingredients I'll be using for the soup. Not all of it, but some of the ingredients. So here I have my chicken. So I'm using hard chicken. It's already washed and cut. And I'll be using some cow meat, which is already washed properly and chopped up to my preferred size. And to that I'll be adding some mackerel. I also washed and cut them up. And this is a stock fish, which is optional, so I'll be adding some of that. I soaked them for a couple of hours so they are ready to go. And I have one large onions chopped. So this is my pot. It's already washed and clean. I'll go ahead and pour in the meat, the chicken and the cow meat. So I'll just go ahead and pour that in and make sure they are all well separated together. And I'll add half of the chopped onions. So I feel like adding all of it, so I just decided to add all of the onions because when I'm making okra soup I really like lots of onions in that. So I'm adding some non-cube, and the non-cube has 2 inside. So I'll be adding 2 of that, and to that I'll add some salt to taste, and I'm also adding a little red crushed pepper. So I'll go ahead and toss everything together, make sure they are well combined. So once they are well properly combined, I'll go ahead and cover the pot. Then I'll go ahead and wash my vegetables, which is the okra. So I'll go ahead and wash that up. So meanwhile, I decided to check back on the meat. It has been cooking for about 6 minutes now. As you can see, there was no water in the pot before, but now, as you can see, there's a little bit of water inside the meat. But I'll go ahead and top that up with a little bit of more water to that. And I'll go ahead and add my stock fish. Like I said before, the stockfish was already soaked in the water for about 4 hours. So the stockfish is pretty much soft. So, but if I didn't do that earlier, I would have to boil the stockfish separately. So because when you soak your stockfish for a longer time, it gets softer. So I added a little bit more water, excuse me. I'll go ahead and add in my mackerel. So once everything is being added and placed properly, I'll go ahead and cover the pot while I cut my vegetables. So I will be using some colored pepper, the green and the red, orange and yellow. So the meat is kind of cooking very well right now. So once after 10 minutes of cooking, so I have to take out the mackerel because I don't want it to break up inside the pot. So I went ahead and take that out. So I'll go ahead and introduce the rest of the ingredient to you guys. So this is the tomatoes. I used one, and this is the minced pepper, and here is the mackerel that I just removed from the meat. So right here I have ogbono. I'll be adding like 2 tablespoons of ogbono, and here is my crayfish, and I have a bean. So this is a local seasoning, so I'll be adding that. I'll just go ahead and use the spoon and crush that in the plate. So I soak them up in the water to make it easy to crush. And this is the okra. I already finished chopping them up. And this is onions and scotch bonnet pepper, and I'll be adding 1 Niger pot, that's stock cube. So in my skillet pot, it's time to start frying. So I added the palm oil, and to that I'll go ahead and add some onions, because you don't want the palm oil to be fried. Once it is warm enough, just go ahead and add your onions. So after 30 seconds, I'll go ahead and add my vegetables, which is the tomatoes and the mixed peppers, and I will stir that up and let it cook for 1 minute. So after 1 minute, as you can see, all the vegetable has softened up. So I'll go ahead and add my scotch bonnet pepper and my okra. And I'll go ahead and stir that up for 1 minute, because we don't want the okra to be overcooked. So the goal is to not overcook the okra at all. So I'll just stir that up for like just 1 minute, nothing more than that. So after 1 minute, I'll go ahead and pour that out in a different bowl and set that aside. Okay, I'll go ahead and return my pan to the stove, and I add just a little bit of oil again, just to fry the ogbono. As you can see, I'm using just a little bit of ogbono, just a very little, because this is okra soup with just a dash of ogbono soup. So ogbono, you're not adding much. So to that, I added a little bit of water to cook the ogbono, because we'll have to cook the ogbono until it's well cooked. You don't want to eat fresh ogbono. So I'll add that water and keep stirring that like from time to time. As you can see, the ogbono is thickening up right now. So I added more water. So I'll keep doing this until the ogbono is well cooked for about 3 to 4 minutes. Look at that. So it's cooking very well. So it looks pretty cooked right now. So the ogbono has been cooking for about 4 to 5 minutes, or a little bit more than that. So I'll go ahead and add my seasoning. So this is the bean, the local seasoning. I'll go ahead and add that and stir that up. And the next, I'll go ahead and add my crayfish. So after making sure everything is combined, then I'll put the okra, the already fried okra. Remember, I always fry the okra for 1 minute. So once everything is pretty much combined together, then I'll add my meat and my stock. So at this point, we are adding everything very fast, because we don't want to cook this the okra more than extra 2 minutes. So I'll go ahead and add the Niger pot that I showed to you guys earlier. So once I add that in, then I have to return the mackerel. So the next, I'll just go ahead and taste the soup to make sure I have enough salt, pepper, that all the seasoning is well combined. So I felt like I needed a little bit of salt, so I added a little bit more. So you can always add salt and pepper to taste. So it's been like 1 minute now. So I'll go ahead and add in my vegetable, my frozen spinach. So it's already defrosted, like there is no more ice in it, and I squeeze the extra water out because sometimes all these frozen vegetables, they have a lot of water in it. So I squeeze all the excess water out because I don't want the soup to be too watery, and I don't want it to be too thick either. So after adding the vegetable, the frozen spinach, so I just let it cook for like about 45 seconds to 1 minute, and the soup is ready. So I'm just giving it another taste, and it tastes perfect. So the soup is ready. So I just went ahead and turned my stove off at this time, and the soup is ready to go. So this is the perfect consistency I like my okoro soup to be. I don't want it too thick, I don't want it too loose either. So it's perfect. If you don't want it to be too thick, then you have to reduce the amount of the stock, that is the meat stock that you'll be adding. If you have a lot of meat stock, you can reduce it, otherwise you're good to go. And if you want it a little loose, like you want it more, you don't want it to be this type of thick or this consistency, you can always add extra water to it. So it all depends on how you want your food, how thick or how loose you want it to be. So this is perfect for me. So guys, the fish is very hot, like my hands are burning so bad. So guys, this is very delicious and very simple and easy recipe to put together. Okoro is the easiest soup that anyone can make. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this cooking for today. I will see you guys on my next video. So if you're a new subscriber, please go ahead and click on the subscription button and turn on the notification bell, and give this video a like. Yes, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on my next video. So stay safe and God bless you all. I will see you guys on my next video. Stay safe. Bye for now. Enjoy.